Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm in the kitchen again, a little bit of a different environment. This is my kitchen. Usually I film my cooking videos near my dining table, but I thought, you know what? I live in a one room, kitchen, living room, dining room, and the kitchen is literally here, and I thought let's just keep it a bit informal today and just cook in my kitchen. So yeah, I hope you're all doing really well. This week's video is gonna be a really tasty one, and sticking with the theme of healthy eating-ish, these are my take on breakfast muffins. So breakfast muffins, if you guys aren't familiar with them, are absolutely delicious. They're made of egg, got a bit of cheese in there, but they're packed full of veggies. I'm doing vegetarian breakfast muffins, obviously, because I'm still doing Veganuary. They're absolutely great. We're gonna be making 6 breakfast muffins today, but you can by all means make 12. I'll leave the recipe down below so you guys can make them if you've got a bigger family. And they're so good to make like on a Sunday. You can just pop them in a Tupperware, chuck them in the fridge and grab them throughout the week. Literally, there's a handful of ingredients. Everything that you will have in your fridge, you might have to grab the odd thing here or there, but everything else is super simple. So I'm gonna go through the ingredients with you now. Grab a cup of tea. It's gonna be a quick one and very tasty. I swear there's been about 12 sirens go past our house today. So these ingredients, obviously you can swap and change depending on what you like. If you don't like mushrooms, just leave the mushrooms out. Similarly, if you know you like red onion rather than white onion, again, you can do that. You're not keen on spinach, absolutely fine. The thing with this is it's such a good base recipe that you can just add things into. Obviously, I'm doing vegetarian. A little bit of bacon would be good on these, or some chorizo. But yeah, I'll show you everything I've got. So we're gonna need 6 eggs. We're gonna need some mushrooms, some flat leaf parsley. Again, you don't have to get this. This is just me being really fancy and just garnishing them on top. Some cherry tomatoes, 1 white onion, like I said, or red. I'm using Pilgrim's Choice light mature cheddar cheese, just because it's obviously lighter. It's a little bit better for you than standard cheddar cheese, and this one's really good. It's one of my favorites. We've got a red pepper, some salt and pepper, a little bit of Fry Light super 1-calorie spray to grease the tins, and some spinach, and that's literally it. And then equipment wise, all you're gonna need is a chopping board with a nice sharp knife, a grater to grate the cheese, a mixing bowl with a spoon, and these are just muffin trays. Obviously I've got a 6 one, but you can use a 12 one, like I said, each is completely easy, but yeah, we're just gonna do 6. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So to make these super easy breakfast muffins, it's literally 4 steps. First step is you want to preheat your oven to 180 degrees. I think it's 375 Fahrenheit. Like I said, I'll leave everything down below. And then you want to spray your non-stick muffin tray with some non-stick spray or vegetable oil or something that's going to grease the tray. If it's non-stick, definitely still do this because they do have a tendency to stick, obviously with eggs and cheese. And then just set that aside. You can do 6 or 12, like I said, totally dependent. And then you just want to chop some vegetables. It's like the least favorite part of the recipe, but it's got to be done. And obviously when you're chopping your vegetables, you just want to make sure that everything is kind of like roughly the same size. I usually just go for like 1 centimeter cubes, or even small, like 1/2 centimeter. Just make sure everything's really uniform. All the mushrooms, the onions, and everything is chopped like that. So I've just started chopping some button mushrooms. I put some red pepper in, and I've just halved some cherry tomatoes. And then what you want to do is grab your brown onion, and then just obviously chop it and peel the skin, and just chop it again into really small pieces. So then you want to grab your mixing bowl and you want to crack in 6 large free-range eggs. If you use free-range, they're just better eggs, I'm sorry, better for the chickens, and it's just lovely. So yeah, crack 6 large free-range eggs into a bowl, and then you just want to season that with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then you want to add in your brown onion, which again you just want to chop really finely and just pop it in. I used 1/2 a brown onion, and as it had a little bit left over at the end, so yeah, it depends on the size of your onion, I guess. So once that's all done, they're ready to go into the muffin tins. So you just want to grab your muffin tin, and I pour in about halfway up the muffin tin of the egg and onion mixture, and then I start adding the fillings. Obviously you can totally vary the fillings. You could do some just pepper, some just spinach. I've just done a mixture of both because I love everything in there. So I've just started with a little sprinkling of some mushrooms, and then I popped in some peppers and tomatoes, and then I finished with some spinach, and I just tore the spinach leaves up and just stuffed that in as well. So once you've got all your veggies and filling in, that's when you kind of want to just top it up with a little bit more egg mixture, just to make sure everything's nice and coated on top. Sometimes if the filling kind of pokes out the top, it can catch. So if you just cover it with the egg mixture, you're all good. So once you've filled all of your muffin tins, I got about 8 out of this recipe, 8 or 9. The traditional recipe makes 12, but I definitely think it totally varies on the size of your muffin tin and how much filling you decide to put in. I'm quite greedy and I like them quite full of filling. So the last thing is to just sprinkle some cheddar cheese on top. You could use mozzarella. Mozzarella I've done before and they're really good, but a classic British cheddar is delicious. So yeah, just grate that on top. Be quite generous. Obviously the saltiness of the cheese is really going to work with the eggs. It's really good. So sprinkle that on top. And once you've filled all your muffin tins, you just want to pop it into the oven for 20 minutes, obviously at your desired temperature, 180 or 375, until they're nice and brown and everything is cooked and the cheese is nice and oozy on top. And there we have it, guys. These are the breakfast muffins. Now, they are very dainty and they're 4 or 5 mouthfuls and they're gone, but they are so delicious. I've just took a really cool photo of them on my Instagram page. If you want to follow me on Instagram, please do. It's really nice, obviously, that you guys can see what I get up to on there as well. I do stories near enough every day, so I'll pop my handle here. It's just @LukeCatlow, simple, my name. But yeah, these are the muffins. I've just had one. They're delicious. If you pop them on a cooling rack and leave them to cool completely, and then pop them in a food container that's airtight, chuck them in the fridge. They keep for up to 4 days, which is amazing. So obviously that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday if you made them on a Sunday. I have a feeling these won't last very long in our house, but yeah, they're delicious. So if you guys want to give that recipe a go, like I say, it's in the description box for you. And if you do give it a try yourself, let me know in the comments how you get on, because I always really love if you make my recipes. But if you've enjoyed the video, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon for more cooking videos. Bye for now.